All right, welcome back to another part.
Another part of this game.
So the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So we were just going over that the leveling, the arbitrary leveling system was for the quadcopter that this guy unlocks. Because I forgot that this game all takes place in flashbacks.
Yes, except for I think the last two chapters.
Yeah. The night belongs to everyone.
My boy BK here, Burger King.
It's really my boy BK, the Burger King. No, not. You love trash. You love trash too. Everyone loves trash. Why else would you make it?
I never realized one of the guys is petting the duck, the chickens.
I just remembered, doesn't this game have an odd environmental message at points? Or am I remembering it wrong?
I think you're right.
I believe this game has weird environmental messages because it's you're using the Dynamite hole as cleaning shit up, and they're just but you guys make so much trash, and this is just cleaning up the trash.
I think you're right. I think that is true.
Yeah, I remember that for some reason.
Also, let's be honest, this game is weird.
Oh yeah.
Who would have thought, yeah, let's make a game about a hole. Literally a hole.
It's a good idea. This game was definitely inspired by Katamari Damacy, though.
Da 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 da.
Katamari Damacy, do 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 da 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 da. Katamari Damacy. Cook the bird. Or just light everything on fire. That works too.
I'd say we should play a Karamari Damacy game, but I am awful at them.
I'd play it. I don't have one. I gotta get a copy of a Katamari Damacy game so we can play it. They're weird. You gotta get used to their controls because they got that twin stick control scheme. Controls like a tank, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. I like that this level is not just putting things in a hole, but it's also causing mass destruction with fire.
Yeah, environmental messages,
Yeah, the best kind of system.
There we go. I cleaned it all up.
I lit the bird on fire. And now the world is a better place. Swag.
I also love that I can play this entire game with one hand.
Oh yeah, right. It's one of those perfect jacking off games, you play it one-handed.
You put some porn on the second monitor.
Yeah, you jack off with the other hand, obviously. Just like Bayonetta's one-handed game mode, You play Bayonetta with one hand, and then you jack off to probably not Bayonetta with your other hand, logically.
Didn't even know they had a one-handed mode.
I keep bringing it up, and you always say that.
I always forget.
No one ever remembers it, I think, except for me, just because I love to make the joke about it.
Yeah.
You just play it one hand.
You know the exact reason they made it a one-handed mode.
I love it because I always tell the people the same thing, where I'm always just yeah, they made a one-handed mode for Bayonetta, so you can play it with one hand. That way, you only need to use one hand to play the game, and then you can use your other hand for important things, like, eating a sandwich, having a burger, drinking from your soda, without ever stopping non-stop action, It's good. Important things. Filing your taxes while you play, it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, filing your taxes is one thing, but...
Yeah, I mean, you play Bayonetta with one hand, and then in your right hand, you just fucking balance your taxes. It's important to do every year, once a year, to pay your taxes properly. Government will get you.
Yeah, I mean, like you do.
Yeah.
Dude, working where I do, is so weird because people keep calling and they're like, "When am I getting my stimulus check? When am I getting my stimulus check?"
It's like, I
And it's just
don't...
like, I don't know. Did you file your taxes? I don't file taxes.
Well, there's your answer.
There's your answer.
Yeah. Also, we're a bank. We don't control who the fuck gets the stimulus check or not. You
Dude.
want the IRS.
And the number of times I'm like, just call the just look at the IRS website.
Yeah.
They know better than we do.
Yeah. I would just tell them that we have no control over that, so we have no idea. That's all I'd tell them. I'd just be like,
Oh, that's what we do.
yeah, it's like to go call someone else. There's a fireworks shop for fireworks and shopping. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Cuckoo, motherfucking cuckoo, motherfucker.
Pick up that can. Hey, Derek.
Yes.
Pick up that can.
Pick up the can.
Pick up that can. That is my favorite fucking... What's the, Half-Life 2 fucking moments is just pick up that can. Pick up that can.
But dude, how could you not love Half-Life? It's the best game ever made.
It's okay.
Be careful. The internet might want to rip your head off.
That's fine. It's okay. That's all they're getting from me. It's okay.
No,
it's
the
not.
best game
It's not
ever
the
made.
best game ever made.
They say it all the time.
Yeah, well, times have changed. It has a lot of faults now that I would not put in a modern game.
How dare you, Chris? It's the best game ever made. The internet tells me all the time.
The internet has told me so. But yeah, no, it's like got the it's got one of my favorite problems, which is it's really hard to tell when you're like hitting people properly. Because it
but
doesn't
it's the best.
doesn't have
best
any
game ever
good
made.
system for that. It was my same problem with what was it? Team Fortress. Team Fortress 2 has the same problem. When you're hitting people, it's really hard to tell that you're hitting them because you just get the blood effect.
You don't know if you're actually getting depth here.
Yeah, and it's like if they're really, really fucking far away, and I'm getting like tiny blood spurts from the character, I cannot tell if I'm hitting them or not. It's just impossible. So it's like, which you can change in Team Fortress 2 to numbers. When you hit them, it will just spew out numbers out of their head. And that's a way better system, because at least you can tell what you're doing for damage.
True.
But, like, from what I can tell, Half-Life 2 does not have that. So it's just, like, impossible to tell if I'm hitting anything. I'm like, once I'm at range.
True. I mean, Half-Life 2 is Half-Life 2. It's the best game ever made. Then again, so is Team Fortress 2, according to the internet.
Yep. Well, I mean, so is Overwatch. But Overwatch is really just my favorite Team Fortress 2. So, whatever.
Overwatch isn't even a game anymore.
Ayo.
Dude, I love that. They all of a sudden decided we're just gonna rip the entire budget for the professional Overwatch League. And just out of nowhere. I just love it.
I mean, I knew they were gonna rip the budget for that game, though, because no one was fucking playing it. Well, it's not that no one was playing it, but no one was fucking watching it. Fucking... It wasn't a good esport. Ugh.
Like, people were still playing it, but people weren't playing it professionally.
Yeah, it was a bad esport. Fucking... Well, I mean... It doesn't help that it was, like... I think it was the Korean team. The Korean teams just fucking annihilated everyone. Like, it wasn't even close. Like,
True.
Like, the best teams in Korea... Like, even the more mediocre teams in Korea were stomping the other countries. Which made it super boring to watch, because it was just like, hey, who do you think's gonna win? Korea, and then Korea would win. It's like, yeah, what a fucking shock.
What a shock!
Yeah, what a fucking surprise. Something can only be interesting for so long when the same fucking team wins every goddamn time. Dude, there was one point where they were stomping the American team so fucking bad, or was it the British team? I forget. It was either the American team or the British team. The Korean team was stomping them so fucking bad that mid-game, all the Korean players changed their fucking characters to not their mains into low-tier characters solely to fucking, solely because they were getting bored of crushing them so much, and they just wanted to put them in their place.
Dude, I didn't know that. That's fucking metal.
Yeah, I'm like, and at that moment I was just like, this sport is gonna die. That was the minute I was like, this sport is dead. I'm like,
that's fucking metal.
When literally the entire team can switch to their here's the thing, right? They switch to their non-mains and low-tier characters, and they still fucking crush them. It still wasn't even close. I'm like, this is a joke at this point. I'm like, this sport is gonna die, because no one can even play, like, on a reasonable level against the top tiers right now.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, in StarCraft 2, a game that is...
Whoop, there goes that thing.
Made... Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I was talking about the fucking... food kebab thing that you launched into orbit.
Yeah. In StarCraft, how do I phrase this?
Mm-hmm.
In StarCraft 2, that is unheard of.
Yeah.
Like if you're not playing your main race, you don't do well.
Yeah, no. It happens all the time in other sports. It's just unusual when it's like the top tier, highest level players.
Yeah, like when they're ripping they're fucking destroying them so bad that they can change.
Yeah, like I see it all the time in fighting game tournaments and shit, where like people who are like the top tier like shoo-ins to win the tournament will play their non-mains and shit against like nobodies, because they're nobodies and they don't really give a shit and they know they're gonna beat them anyways, so they'll play like their non-main and just to
practice almost.
It's a combination of like practicing and then not letting other players see what your gameplay is with your main character, so they don't be like, oh, he did this that round, he'll probably do it again when I'm fighting him, kind of thing. But so it's a lot more common in sports like that, on like the lower like tier building ones where you're like working your way up to like grand finals, but like doing it in grand finals
that's unheard of.
Is unusual. Like, that's something you don't normally do. Like, they were crushing so bad that they were just like, we're gonna pick the worst characters in the game and still crush you, because we're just that much better than everyone.
But you know what they say, Chris? Heroes never die!
And stuff like that is good for a sport up until it's not. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
There's a reason that people really fucking hate the New England Patriots. And it's not because they're the best team ever or that they're the most hated players. It's the fact that they keep winning.
Oh, that's going to change now, Chris.
And no one likes that. Yeah, because they just lost Tom Brady.
They lost our boy Brady.
Our boy Brady.
Which it's very funny to me because I had a customer one day. He said, how did he phrase it? He looked at me and he was like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 25, sir.
Yeah.
And he goes, you probably don't remember a time when the Patriots sucked, do you? And I looked at him and I'm like, no, I don't. I really don't.
So the irony to that is that I am I'm actually a couple of months younger than you, very slightly. But I actually do remember a time period when the Patriots sucked, because I remember our quarterback we had before Brady.
Yeah. And like, I didn't watch football as a kid, really.
Yeah, like...
So...
He was... There is, like, I mean, the best way to put it is that Brady is, like, probably the greatest quarterback who's ever lived. There are very few QBs that can compete with him.
There's reasons he's going to, what's the word I want to say? There's reasons he is going to be he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got there.
I wasn't sure where you were going with it because it seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
So,
There's reasons he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
oh yeah. He's good. He's good. He has his moments. I don't know. It's one of those things where like it just depends on how good our next quarterback is. Cause when Brady started, everyone thought Brady was gonna fucking suck too, and then we got
True.
Brady. So it's like,
Our boy Brady, you know?
yeah. So it's one of those things where I'm like, he could be like really good, honestly. Like our next quarterback could be like god tier, for all we know. Dude, my brain for some reason was just like, oh no, that egg is gonna hit the ground, and then I was like, oh, all right, there's the hole.
It's supposed to do that.
Yeah. Dude, that's a lot of eggs, man.
That's a lot of eggs!
That's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, man. I just,
Catching those
someone who
eggs.
doesn't really follow sports, you know, it's sports.
I don't really follow sports either, but I follow them enough to be like, okay, this is what's happening.
What I love about you, Chris, that makes me laugh every time is,
Yep.
for someone who doesn't really watch sports,
Yeah.
you really love the Olympics.
I do really like the Olympics. It's like the one thing of sports that I like to watch like every year. Man, that barn is fighting you, dude. There it goes.
Yeah. Sometimes these type of games go, okay.
My description on breaking that down every time too is just because people are always like, "Why do you like the Olympics so much?" I'm like, "Cause we always win." It's our time for America to show the other countries who's boss.
Because on average, we get 10 more gold medals than them.
Like, yeah, like the only people that put up a challenge is China and Russia. All the other ones are like, don't even stand a chance. Not even close.
True. Glorious, glorious China.
That and the fact that also I love the fact that China and Russia keep getting caught for cheating, like repeatedly.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
And, like,
the U.S. never cheats.
Yeah, and they're just like, it's fine. For the most part, we don't cheat. Besides the fact of like, no, actually, for the most part, we don't cheat. I think mainly because we don't really give that much of a shit about winning. We just win a lot. It's like,
Which is America #1.
yeah. Where the other countries are trying to prove that they're #1, we don't really need to because we just are.
World Police Force.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw a funny picture and it was UN tries to disprove something about America or say something about America. And it was just like, oh yeah? So who's going to stop us?
Yeah, right. I forget where I read it, and also it was like many years ago now, so God knows how true the information is nowadays, but I think it was like the United Nations army is built up of like 50% of it is just the American army.
It's more than that, actually, I think.
And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
I think it's more than that, but
Dude, man, World Police Force, let's go.
America, World Police Force.
Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America.
America, fuck yeah.
I love that song.
Here to save the fucking day.
I love that song because, dude, that song falls perfectly into that category of songs that people think are super American, but when you actually listen to the lyrics, you realize it's actually super against the dumb shit that we do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those are the best. I love songs like that.
America is America.
They have
Glorious country.
What was the other one? They had another one like it that was really popular. It was Born in the USA. That's it. Born in the USA is one of those songs that people are always like, oh, it's so pro-America, but then when you actually watch it, you're like, no, it's not.
No.
It's like actually listen to it, you're like, oh, no, it's not. It's super not cool with this.
Yeah.
But
It's funny to me though.
it's funny, dude. I love songs that sound like they mean something when they don't. Like,
Which sound like they're super pro a certain thing.
yeah, but then they're not, or they're just like happy-go-lucky sounding songs. But in all honesty, they're
like,
the
I want
opposite.
death.
Like my favorite is the fucking the Pumped Up Kick song, right?
Oh yeah, I love that song.
I fucking love that song, but I love how many people are like, yeah, man, Pumped Up Kick is a good, like, happy-go-lucky song, and every time it comes on, I'm always just like, ah, yes, my favorite song about a school shooting, and everyone immediately goes, wait, what?
I always go, yeah, listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, like, pay attention to it, you'll notice immediately.
Yep, listen to the lyrics.
Listen to the lyrics, because you'll recognize it immediately. But yeah, it's always surprising to me how much they, like, people don't notice it, because I'm always just like, how do you not notice this?
Dude, it's great, because people don't listen to the lyrics.
Right.
It's just like, guys,
Dude,
all the kids, they're pumped up kids.
Dude, why would you ever listen to the lyrics? Our entire music genre has been overrun by... Actually, wait, let's end it... Ah, shit! Alright. We'll wait after this cutscene.
I'll just pause where I'm at. Or...
No, let the cutscene play out, and then we'll just pause it before you start the next level.
Okay.
Because we do have some time.
But yeah, the pumped up kicks, man.
But yeah, man, fucking pumped up kicks. Better run, better run.
Faster than my bullets.
Outrun my bullets. What is it, all the other kids with their pumped up kicks better run faster than my bullets. There you go. Or outrun my gun. It depends on which section of it is. Have you seen the fucking, like, beat remix of that gives it, like, a sick, like a really sick, like, rave, like, backbeat to it?
I have not.
Because it is the funniest shit ever to me. There's, like... And the comment sections are a riot, because it's just, like... It's like, it makes the song sound like it's, like, the super hype rave club that's gonna happen. And, the first comment is just like... The first comment that killed me was just like, one of the comments was something along the lines of... It was like, when there's a school shooting at your school, but you are the school shooter.
Okay.
And I was like, it's funny because it's a little accurate on this. Alright,
Yep.
We'll call this. We'll see you guys in the next part. Peace till then.
See you guys later.